You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming, and something about Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you on a Let's Play episode of Tian He Hui. And let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright, after dinner I followed Sally's advice for medicine. Upon opening the gourd of medicine from Chrono, some small, black and round pills rolled out from it. And together with the pills is a weird and horrible medicinal smell as well. Ugh, I finally understand why that patient was screaming about refusing to eat his medicine. This smells horrendous. While doubting it, I chose to trust Tian He Hui and Sally's words, and because I trust them, I'm willing to trust the seemingly unreliable doctor. I held my breath and shoved the pills into my mouth, before gulping them down with some water, quickly sinking all of it down my stomach. But as soon as the pills touched my taste buds, I felt my face turning green. Oh, for God's sake! What are these made of? Why do they taste so disgusting? Ugh! Oh, God! Ugh! 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 I tried to spit and get rid of the bitter taste from my mouth. I give up. At least everything necessary is done. Might as well go out and take a stroll around here. I closed the gourd, washed my hand, and took my key with me and left the room. As soon as I walked out, cold winds and flustering waves assaulted me. Feels like it's gonna get dark soon. Whew, this night wind sure makes me feel cold. Now that I think about it, I'm still not familiar around here. Alright then, where should I go? Let's go back to the parlor. I've been there, but one more time might help me memorize it. Let's go back to the parlor. I've been there, but one more time might help me memorize the way there. I followed the route Sally used to guide me to my room and successfully returned to the parlor. Just when I thought the parlor would be empty, I saw light shining through the windows and a figure who seemed buddy handling certain work. Eh? It's already this late and someone's still here? Is it Mo Xia who stayed behind? Figure out his back. Oh yeah, okay, so. Okay. Nope. That was a mistake. We'll go with that. Sorry about that, y'all. Kinda messed up there a little bit. Okay. It's quite late already. Is there anything I can help you with, Tex? Bai Yu, why are you here? Are you still dealing with work even when it's this late? Due to our stay in Jizhou, we have accumulated some commission files that require categorization. I decided to help since this may be too much for Mo Xia to handle alone. Anyway, I'm almost finished here. I'll be taking these files to the record storage hall shortly. Not an easy job, it seems. By the way, how do you feel about your new room? Have you gotten all the stuff that we prepared for you? The room is great, and thanks for the pin you gave me. I don't even know how to thank you guys. There's no need for that. It is our duty and responsibility to be hospitable as hosts. No way. If I don't do anything at all, I would feel extremely guilty about receiving all these. How about what you are currently doing now? Is there anything I can help with? Bai Yu looked at the files in his hands. It seemed like he already finished sorting out the files before I came. Still, he began pondering deeply, then said to me, Well then, may I ask you to take these sorted files to the record storage hall with me, please? Having an extra person would make them transferring these faster. Please, huh? Bai Yu held out a booklet and smiled while looking at me. This action of his was a little confusing. It was me who suggested to help voluntarily. How did this end up becoming him asking for my help? Would you like to come with me to the storage hall then, Tex? Well, nothing needs to be further said, I suppose, since he asked for my help. That's all the more reason for me to not refuse. Of course. If there's anything I can do, just tell me to. Alright, here. These. And these as well. Keep them steady. His tone of speech at this moment is one of warmth, mixed with slight hints of mischief. Bai Yu stood up and handed a heavy stack of files to me. While the files don't look like much, their weight could still be felt the moment they were upon my arms. All good? Can you hold it? If you feel it's a little too heavy, I can take some more off yours. No need for that. These are just bundles of papers. I ain't that weak and fragile. I'm just worried that this might worsen your injury, but looks like it's no problem for you. Chrono's medicine must have worked. It's miracles, then. I can rest easy now. Come on, let me take you to the record storage hall. Who knows, there might be books you would be interested in among the stored ones. Wow, are there a lot of books there? Look at you, getting all excited. As Bai Yu talked, he held another stack of files with one arm. He then approached the parlor door and pushed it open, signaling for me to leave with his eye gestures. It would be awkward if I started acting courteous about who to leave first, so I went out, with Bai Yu following right after. He then turned to lock the parlor door after we both went out. We began walking through the courtyard, witnessing the sunlight beginning to dissipate upon the horizon line, leaving a lasting impression of light at the sky's edge. As I walked and became immersed in the sunset imagery, Bai Yu slowed down to match my pace upon noticing I was distracted by the view. From my view, these menial tasks are far from returning the kindness and favors they gave me, but still, it makes me happy that there are at least something I can do. There's something I can do to help them. On the way there, my tail wagged back and forth in happiness, being able to help out. Also, I seem to notice Bai Yu looked quite happy too, even though wolfkind's tails aren't as mobile as us canines, which meant, unlike us, theirs can't move in great movements depending on emotions. But I can feel it. A sense of joy and happiness is radiating from Bai Yu. Apologies for giving you such little food on your first day here. Were those 2 buns enough for you? If it's not, I could always go and prepare some more for you.
No problem. It's enough. The buns are quite big. Even having one of them is enough to stuff me.
Is that so? For Tian He's case, he'll require at least 5 of those buns of exactly the same size.
Honestly, I don't think everyone has an appetite as deep as him. Remember the buns he brought back this morning? I felt like he was using his appetite level as the measuring standard for us. See if my tea is cooled down. Oh, that is perfect. That is some delicious tea. After that breakfast, I don't think I'll be touching another seafood bun for quite a while.
Yeah. Don't waste any food is a classic quote from him. But I hope you understand, Tian He did all those out of a good purpose. That child harbors no ill intention at all.
I know, I just felt like I was being stuffed to the brim there.
By the way, Tex, do you have any food that you're allergic to, or aren't to your likings?
To me, a proper meal is enough to be thankful for, so I can't really afford to be a picky eater. My mom always told me to eat a little bit of everything when I was little, or else I won't be able to grow tall, but then it might just be because I haven't tried something I don't like yet.
Maybe being a not picky eater is why you're able to grow so tall.
Seems like it.
Seeing that you do not have any specific food that you prefer to avoid, I will ask Tian He to grab anything for the feast tomorrow then.
What are we having tomorrow? Can you spill some hen?
It's a secret. All you have to do is simply wait and look forward to it.
Bai Yu turned and smiled, with a lingering sense of mystery churning beneath, and a touch of kindness that's unique to him. We continued chatting along the way, and before I could realize, we arrived before a small loft. Just when I thought it's only me and Bai Yu who will be here, I quickly noticed the lit candle in front of the doorway burned through a portion of its original length already. It seems like someone is already here before us.
In front of us is the record storage hall. Candlelight may be present, but still, be wary when going up the stairs. The environment is still dark, after all.
I will. The light is still shining, so is there, someone who's here before us?
The job of organizing the files is a group effort, which is why I asked Mo Xia to come here first. There were also things in the hall that required him to check by himself.
Mo Xia's here. I don't know why, but thinking about him makes my body quiver and feel uncomfortable. Bai Yu raised his eyebrows, as if he noticed my thoughts, or maybe through observing my tail that is no longer wagging. He came over and patted on my head, and in a concerned tone he spoke to me.
Don't be afraid. Didn't I tell you before? Mo Xia isn't a bad person. He just doesn't like to expose his emotions too much in front of strangers. Plus, due to reasons from his previous profession, he occasionally acts a little on edge. Simply put, that guy probably isn't one who is honest with their feelings. An introvert, perhaps.
Is it really how an introvert acts? I feel like he's just dissing me out of dislikes. I know, but that kind of aura he exudes still ends up making me feel quite uncomfortable. It's like choking out a breath.
I'm together with you here. There's nothing to fear.
But I can't always hide behind your back, Bai Yu. Can I have the strength to say the same thing to you? Even though a turmoil of emotions continue to persist within me, the task at hand is still the main priority. I'm fine now. Let's go inside. In my mind, I'm still a little apprehensive of Mo Xia, but under Bai Yu's encouragement, my heart felt like it was protected by a sturdy shield, allowing me to confront and overcome this unreasonable fear. Bai Yu opened the door softly, afraid of disturbing the person inside, and took me in. Before entering, I expected it would be quite dark internally, but it seems the candlelight is rather bright. Its light even managed to shine throughout every corner of the room. We went further inside. Countless shelves of varying sizes are neatly arranged within the room, with stacks of books and files of different sizes and height placed upon the shelves. Some of the archive reading materials even emit a smell of antiquity, and in front of us, not too far away, several tables can be seen. Oh, that's so good, y'all. Once we got close, I could see Mo Xia sitting there with a heavy layer of books and written text left before him, almost covering him up. If it weren't for his horns sticking out of the hill of documents, I wouldn't even realize he was there. Sorry to keep you waiting. I finished tidying up the assignment files in the parlor. Here they are. Do you want to look through them again, or just place them straight to the shelves? You're here.
He raised his head to look at us, as if he didn't notice our arrival. For a moment, his expression changed, seemingly surprised at my appearance here, yet he quickly reverted back to his serious face.
Will you need to look at the files in our hands one more time? I trust your work. There's no need for me to go through another time. Place those straight to the shelves.
Then Mo Xia turned his attention to me.
And why are you here? Shouldn't you be cleaning up your room?
I already finished cleaning and had some spare time left, so I thought of going out for a stroll, then bumped into Bai Yu checking the files in the parlor, so I volunteered to help.
Don't be a bother to other people. This isn't a place for you to casually hang out.
Finished with this sentence, Mo Xia continued to focus on the documents. For some reason, every time he talks to me, I could feel an inexplicable sense of hostility. I ended up getting silenced without a word to respond after he just said that.
I invited him to help with carrying the files. Instead of causing troubles, he has been a great help to me. As long as he doesn't make a mess or randomly touch stuff here, you're free to let him do whatever.
As soon as the silence returned, Bai Yu came over and patted me on the shoulder, giving me a signal that seems to say, "Looks like there won't be any problems. Come on, over here," with his eye contact. I nodded and followed him from behind. I quickly turned and looked at Mo Xia one more time, who was still burying his head deep into the burden of work. Only for our eyes to meet. Those blood-red pupils of his are just staring straight at me. Is this his way of saying I will keep an eye on you all the time? Don't you dare attempt anything suspicious? Yeah, probably. I followed Bai Yu between rows of bookshelves, where he handled the induction of the files into their corresponding shelves and drawers, while I am tasked with standing beside him and hand over the correct files whenever he speaks.
Next one. May. Royal Capital. Lulu Street. Assignment from Mr. Qian Jiang.
Okay, here it is.
There's no need to panic over this. I have no intention of rushing you. Just check the files and hand it to me at your own pace.
I'm afraid of wasting more of your time by slowing down.
Next one. June. Madlamay. He Family Village. Miss Healy's assignment.
June. Found it! Here! After busying ourselves for a while, we finally finished organizing all the files in our hands and arranged them onto their appropriate shelves. I sighed lightly and patted the dust off my clothes. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and that notification bell. I love you all, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!